What makes really dumb shonen protagonists so endearing and likable, like Goku or Luffy or Naruto? And why do we need a lot more? I think some tropes, I would be happy if they kept happening as long as they are written right. I feel like it all kind of depends on how it's done. So today, for one that I'm just going to start with my favorite trope. I'm a big fan of Shonen Jump protagonists, particularly the kind of dumb ones, the ones that are a little socially awkward, that don't really get cues, or the ones that don't really understand the people around them. Now, I don't think I see this too often in the last few years. I haven't seen this. I guess you could say Eren from Attack on Titan is kind of dumb, but he's not really. He's a little too serious to be counted as that in that kind of genre. He's not a Luffy or a Goku, and I'm going to include Natsu in here, and Naruto. If I were to think of one that has recently come out, if y'all watch that French anime kind of thing, I guess you could call it a cartoon.
I'm talking about Wakfu.
There's Tristapin, or Shady Grove, Sadly Grove, Pippin, I don't know. He's got all kinds of different names, but I love him. He's great. In fact, his entire character is based on like a race of a species of this in this world called Yops, and they're all supposed to be these kind of dumb characters, but they've got honorable or heroic traits, and but they're supposed to be kind of dumb, but I love that character, and I just love these dumb characters. I love Luffy and I love Goku. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and get this off my chest. I don't see them as dumb characters at all. Like, I think they're socially awkward. I think they make dumb choices, but I think most people watching find them more endearing, and it kind of makes you think, like, they're not dumb as in they don't know how to carry themselves or how to make the right decisions, but sometimes they just don't figure things out as quick as other people, or they just, are inconsiderate. I actually really like the kind of like, I don't know, crass kind of like I don't know, they just don't get it sometimes. And so just to get that off the bat, the way that you can write these characters poorly is to make them legitimately just dumb, like no normal human, like over the top dumb. I think about, I don't know, most of y'all probably didn't watch the series Motor City, but there's a character in there that's like, he's so dumb, and I feel like he's supposed to be funny, but it's just painful to watch, because it's just like, I can't even relate or enjoy this. It's not funny, he's just straight up dumb. I'm gonna explain why, at least from my personal experience, I hope y'all can relate to this, why I'm so drawn to these characters. I would love to see some more. I don't know, I haven't seen a lot lately. I hope this isn't a dying breed of character arcs or tropes. I feel like I haven't seen a lot of this kind of character lately, and I really kind of miss it, so I'm going to be arguing why I would like to bring it back. First of all, I find what really makes them likable characters or fun to watch is that it lowers the expectations of the characters in the series towards them, so that you get this great feeling of like, something they don't know. Like, yeah, they act awkward, they're kind of dumb, but when they shine, it feels like you knew. You feel really proud of yourself for figuring it. Obviously, they're the main character. You should know already that they got some surprises. But there's something really satisfying about, seeing people prejudge someone based on maybe how smart they are. When you feel like you're in the know and other people aren't, it just feels really nice, and that's why I felt when I first started watching One Piece. I remember with Luffy, I was so pumped, because I'm like, oh man, this character has so much more to him than everyone sees, and I know it. So my first point is, it lowers the expectations, and therefore when the truth is revealed, when they overcome these expectations, it's like you automatically have an underdog victory, kind of. When they've proven themselves, it already feels like a big win, versus when they just do something. And that's a ton of fun. I just love surprising characters, surprising other characters. And this brings me to the kind of like my second point. Well, I'd say a lot of people, particularly me growing up, there's this, I don't know about you guys, but when I was a kid, I always felt like I was being underestimated. I thought I was smarter than people gave me credit for, that I was more funny, more fun to be around. I wasn't, to be honest, but I did think that people were underestimating me. They didn't know how much potential I had, how great of a person I was to be around. And it wasn't until I actually started making some solid good friends that, I was actually found myself becoming more enjoyable to be around person. But for a lot of young people, they're trying to find their way in the world. They feel like they're struggling with confidence issues, and you feel like you're underestimated. I don't know if that's just me. Maybe it's just me, but I don't know. Growing up, getting into middle school and high school, I just felt like no one understood how much potential I had. And I feel like that makes these dumb characters that people underestimate or think are stupid really relatable, and their victories are kind of like your own victories. Like, yeah, it's just something relatable. That aside, personal opinions or relating to the character aside, I think another big point of this that I think is one of the most important points about these tropes, these dumb protagonist tropes, is the humor. I swear, I feel like above all else, I want to be laughing, I want to be amused by a character, and it makes them the most likable character. They can be, useless, and as long as they're good humored, I mean, I feel like humor is underrated in a lot of these things, and I will like a character that makes me laugh probably more than anything else. I can, understand a character, empathize with the character, but I won't really care what happens to that character until they bring me the amusement. They don't just do stuff, they make me laugh. And I feel like that's maybe forgotten sometimes. I feel like maybe they count on other side characters to make you laugh, but if you can combine the protagonist with a character with a good sense of humor, it's the best. I just love it. And honestly, that's how you make any character likable and makes you care about them. Honestly, I feel like that's, you have a character, they love each other very much, all of a sudden, one of them is taken. And this brings me to a point about One Piece in particular, my favorite series of all time. I feel like the writer Oda always successfully made you really care about the characters in peril, because he built up this really good humoredness about their relationships. It wasn't just, look, I'm empathizing because this character really cares about this other character, or look how much they love each other, or anything like that. I feel like it makes you personally connect with them when they have made you laugh in addition to the characters around them, or something like that, to where you legitimately care about these characters because they bring you happiness, they make you happy, they amuse you. And and I don't know if this is for everybody, but man, when a main character is that, it's like I can just gobble it up all day. Honestly, this is not a main protagonist, but I kind of have the same thing with Ron Stoppable in the Kim Possible series. I loved Ron. He was just so funny and underestimated. I mean, he deserved to be underestimated. But it made you root for him, he not only made you laugh, but you wanted him to surprise you. Maybe not, maybe that's just me. And I think that's why the trope of a character like Spider-Man, he's a nerd, and no one expects him to be a superhero, It's, again, it's that I know something that you don't know. I know he looks like an idiot, but he actually is, way more powerful than all of us, and there's something really fun about that kind of dynamic. And so that's another reason. So first of all, the underestimating a character, and you the audience knowing something that everyone else doesn't know. The relatability to being, especially for young people, since these are directed to young people, the feeling of not being, people don't expect much of you, you don't have, it doesn't seem like you have much to offer, but there's so much potential, And then the humor, is really endearing. And then it leaves, if it's a good character, like, I feel like Luffy, and I'd say Naruto and Goku are those are the big three that I feel like really represent the trope or that genre of that time period. Because they didn't just remain, they weren't just dumb. They always grew so quickly. They're very good at learning new things. Even though they were socially awkward sometimes, they always took these really big steps in improving themselves in spite of maybe lowered expectations. And I feel like that's something really relatable as well. And so, I would love to see this again. I'd say, a good one, Mob Psycho. I actually don't know what Mob from Mob Psycho is a great example of this trope. He's not identical to those old, like, traditional tropes like Goku and them, but he does fit into that genre of underestimated, people that, something, he's got skills, he's socially awkward, he's a little nerd, but but I love him, and One Punch Man. Okay, these are great. I forgot about, I guess they fit, but I feel like one who write these characters, he took the idea of an underestimated character and just took it to a new kind of meta extreme. He's like pushing a point about these kind of overpowered, like he's kind of making fun of the trope of an overpowered main character protagonist, but I feel like he's actually kind of playing the same game in the right way that I love so much of an underestimated hero. And though I think he deals with a lot more ideas than what they used to, which I really appreciate. If you haven't watched One Punch Man or Mob Psycho, particularly Mob Psycho, I just love Mob Psycho, you were missing out on a treat, especially if you were a fan of that kind of genre growing up. I'm sure you have. If you were, you're gonna get into it. But anyway, so that's pretty much what I had to say, but I want to make a final point about these characters. They aren't all created equal. I personally feel that Luffy is by far the most well-developed, growing character of that kind of genre. It's personal preference, I know, but there are plenty of examples of Luffy growing in maturity in addition to just power-ups. I feel like, and it's not by just him seeing things and becoming wise. I feel like I really don't like a character suddenly being seen as some wise character when there's no really direct example of where they actually built that knowledge from. Like Legend of Korra. I hate to bash on Legend of Korra. I probably will bash Legend of Korra in the future because I have a lot of issues with that series, and it's such a good subject to understand how writing can change, can really affect a really well done series. Korra was amazingly done, but man, that character writing, it's like by the end of the third season, it was like she was supposed to be this really wise character, but where do we see that aside from her being traumatized? I feel like trauma does not equal wisdom ever. Maybe they see the world differently, but that doesn't make you a wise character or someone with a lot of common sense. And I'd rather, and I would argue that it takes an individual role model or someone saying something that you observed as wise to have you grow as a character, as a person. I think you may, or at least discussing something. So for example, with Luffy, there was the first big one. Vivi was a big impact on Luffy. You see Luffy reflecting Vivi's mentality. I'll bring up the manga clips, but when he's first introduced to Vivi, she is such a good role model as an example of how to be rational and respectful to people who are being aggressive towards you. So we see in the Drum Island arc when Nami's really sick and they need to get help, and Luffy's really urgent about it, but Vivi takes a very stressful situation and then she bows, and Luffy was about to start a fight and he sees what she did and he observes her wise actions towards others and he mimicked it. So already off the bat, I just love Luffy as a character. He picks up on people with more common sense than he does, stuff he might not know. And from then on, and so he copies that, but that's not the last time this comes up. We see him bowing in the what's the Amazon Lily Kingdom arc, we see him bow to them, even though he's in a very stressful, emotional situation. And the great thing is you can directly pinpoint where he learned that. Another example, obviously, most obvious one I feel like I forgot to mention, is when Luffy observes Shanks reacting to aggression in a very calm and mature way, like not starting stuff, you know. It's great because later, you know, in the Skypiea arc, you know, you see the same, him reflecting that maturity of letting people, idiots who aren't worth your trouble, treat you like crap, but not to let, it's like controlling his temper, which I think is something is really cool about One Piece. Something that Oda usually emphasizes is self-control, which I feel like isn't emphasized in some of these other cases. Like, I really like Goku from Dragon Ball Z, but there's not a lot of like wisdom in, you know, how to handle situations. But he's a great character in his own entirely other character arc sense. But I love being able to pinpoint when someone gives a character good advice and they reflect it, because I feel like that is way more truthful in reflecting reality of how we grow. I don't know about you guys, but I personally don't just come up with ideas, or I don't just become a mature person. I have to observe somebody being respectful, observe somebody being, you know, carrying themselves in the way I would want to reflect before it just comes out of me magically. And I've got so much to learn. I'm still an idiot. And the problem is when you start following people or hanging out with people who don't react correctly to things, you just start mimicking the people around you. And I feel like it's such a sad thing, because I wish we could all had good role models to follow. I'm really thankful for the good people in my life that showed me the right way to how to be a mature, and not mature, I'm not mature at all, but at least I know what respectable behavior looks like. And it's not just from me experiencing stuff. I feel like that's my biggest issue with a lot of stuff, is they think, oh, this character had a hard time, now they're mature. It's like, no, there has to be, I think, there needs to be a role model, somebody for them to look at and mimic. And none of us are self-made, none of us are just inherently better than any other people or more respectable. I think it shows your own maturity when you know who to reflect and how to be a responsible person, but it didn't just come out of your butt. So, all that to say, I will conclude after this long rambling monologue about these protagonists. I would love to see these characters come back. I feel like young people relate to it. I feel like all of us feel like we have a lot of potential. And there's something really inspiring about seeing a character that people might prejudge or presume to be dumb. And I think we can all relate to feeling dumb. I mean, very few of us are just inherently smart. And if you think that, you're not, probably, if you're so self-centered that you think you actually do have all this wisdom bottled up and you're just that wise of a person, maybe shonen isn't for you, and, you know, whatever. But I think this needs to be a thing. I think it helped me grow. It helped me want to prove to people that I was more than I looked like. And seeing a character do that is inspiring and relatable, and man, we need to bring it back. So give me more Luffy's, give me more Goku's. I don't know who's working on that kind of stuff. I think there's still some of it going around, and particularly with Mob Psycho. What a smart character, but I just want to see more. I don't want people brushing off this dumb, like, we need to get rid of these dumb guy characters that don't know how to be respectful or whatever. I think I see in myself someone who's pretty much dumb, who's trying to reflect and become wiser in time. And I feel like that is the best thing about these kind of shonen characters. So I hope y'all stuck with me. I just wanted to get that off my chest. I want to hopefully make more videos about characters. I particularly want to make videos about female characters, because I feel like there's been a big push right now for these really strong, don't take no crap from no man, female characters in like Marvel and stuff, which I think is, you know, fine. You can write however you want. But I have a really strong opinion about what makes a character a good character, and a character that kids might want to mimic. And I don't think it's just the power levels or how people treat them. I think it's how they handle their situations and what kind of a person they are. Anyway, we'll see how that goes. I hope this video gets some traction so I can be encouraged to make more. If you like it, you know, like, subscribe, say something. It probably won't get much because I know everyone's making videos critiquing stuff nowadays, but I thought I'd give my 2 cents. And thank you for sticking around. And until next time, see ya.